Hello everyone and welcome to this week's RigER webinar. Today our webinar is dedicated to equipment maintenance. Tracking equipment maintenance records and keeping them up to date could be challenging, especially if all records are kept on spreadsheet forms or paper tickets. Chances to lose records or miss tickets are high and could lead to performing unnecessary maintenance or skipping the required one. Scheduling the next maintenance of equipment is another challenge. While the fleet is currently being deployed on client's location, when there are thousands of maintenance orders outstanding, not to lose control is truly hard work requiring daily dedication. So during this webinar, we will show you how you can manage your maintenance processes with high accuracy and fewer efforts in RigER. Then now let's get started, and I want to pass microphone to Michael. Hello, Michael.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Dasha. And yeah, let's move forward and let's talk about equipment maintenance. And again, welcome everyone to our webinar. Today is October 1st, which is a very exciting new month. So we hope that you'll enjoy the webinar. So let's talk about maintenance module and how the maintenance module added to the last edition of Oilfield ERP RigER 7.7 and the role of the maintenance in different applications for different purposes. So we see that most of our clients use maintenance module for oilfield service, equipment rentals, and manufacturing. All those three applications can be utilized, can utilize the maintenance module. And usually we need to understand what is the difference between maintenance, inspections, and repairs, because those are very close modules to each other. And in some cases, we call them RIM, RAM, which is repair, inspection, and maintenance. So what's the difference between maintenance, inspections, and repairs, and what is the similarity of those? So maintenance, repairs, and inspections can be done in two type of locations: in field, the client's locations, or in shop, in our locations or yards. In this case, we can see that maintenance, inspections, and repair tickets can be generated both internally and externally with invoicing or without invoicing, depending on what kind of settings we did for that particular documents. Another thing which differ maintenance from inspections and repairs is the trigger. So what is the trigger for that document? In RigER, we have different events generated by different documents. So inspections and repairs could not be run simultaneously. It should have a trigger. It should have an event which will generate inspections or repairs. Maintenance, otherwise, can be generated from dashboard by a particular user based on the scheduling settings. So the user will see that this particular unit required maintenance and can generate maintenance ticket from that schedule trigger. Next thing which differ maintenance from inspection and repairs, that maintenance has a checklist. It's a part of the inspection and checklist sharing between those two modules, maintenance and inspection. So you can set up a template where you can put all your parameters which you'd like to include to the checklist. In this case, maintenance and inspection is very, very close to each other. However, repairs do not have a checklist. And in this case, repairs and inspection usually come together. So it could be inspection, and after the inspection, we have repairs. And after the repairs, we can have inspections as well. Parts. Using parts in maintenance and repairs is a common thing. So when we replace filter, for example, or we replace any spare parts through the maintenance process, we can consume parts. that not happen when we do the inspection. This is another difference between maintenance and inspection. Equipment status change. When we talk about unit in RigER, every single unit in RigER has their own status in this particular moment, and inspections and repairs will convert status of the equipment depending on what kind of stage you have, depending on what kind of business process designed, etc. Maintenance will not convert status. It will remain in the same status which we have before maintenance, and maintenance will not affect the status. This is a very important point. Types. Different types of maintenance: preventive, corrective, and predictive. Those are maintenance, and again, it's a little bit different from the inspections and repairs. Inspections could be done pre-job, after job, or after repairs. Repairs can be done because we identify the incident after job or the after inspection. Depending on complexity and particular business process, those modules or documents can be connected or can be disconnected. I'd like to remind you the equipment card has different parameters in different fields which we collect. So it will be equipment name, equipment picture, different attachments, could be specifications or any others. Then we have two switches, serialized or not serialized rental units, special features as sub-rentals or any other stuff. And we can classify equipment by different groups, identify different modules, equipment categories, add the comments and additional information and special notes for quotes. Each unit can have multiple unit numbers, and unit number will have a specific characteristics which will be his individual history, the unit status, unit attachments, a particular unique unit number, unit model, color, even unit owner, manufacturer serial number, unit location, and definitely we can filter for fast search. The maintenance module, it's not our first attempt to build this module, and this time we did this as a universal approach when we can set up a different maintenance for different units. We can set up multiple maintenance type, multiple maintenance cycles with different intervals. We can set up different readings for different units. And definitely we can set up different settings for those. Let's talk about maintenance setup and how we design this setup process in RigER. First of all, we need to activate maintenance module, but it's not about users, it's more about our side. And then we need to define maintenance type. Maintenance type, it could be a specific type of maintenance, which could be, for example, preventive maintenance, annual checkup, certification, and other. And those are usually done by operational practice on experience, vendors' recommendations, government regulations, client requirements, or safety guidance. Next step, we need to define for each type what kind of maintenance cycles and maintenance intervals we will include in that. For example, it could be equal intervals and say, for example, we do preventive maintenance every single month. However, the structure could be more complex when we will have, for example, every third month, a little bit different schedule and a little bit different part and different checkup. So in this case, we will set up 3 different maintenance cycles with equal intervals. After that, we'll create a maintenance template for each maintenance cycle. In this case, we can put parts, services, and checklist for each cycle, and it will be generated populated in the maintenance card, individual maintenance card, which we will show you in a second. Moreover, in some cases, we can set up a specific module which will consume different part number. So the optional settings is a different part for different modules. Next, we need to set up maintenance defaults. So we need to understand different lights for maintenance cycle, maintenance status. So good, say for example, if we behind 79% of the interval from 80 to 95, it will be coming, and required will be 95. So the admin of the software can change those intervals, say for example, from 60 to 70 to 80, for example. Next thing, we need to understand if the maintenance will depend on the equipment meters or odometers. So we can use readers as a trigger for our maintenance, or we cannot use triggers for our maintenance. So it depends on the equipment, depends on the maintenance cycles, etc. So all those settings needs to be discussed and set up in the system properly. And after that, because usually we implement maintenance not from the beginning, but it's ongoing process already, we need to import balance. And initial balance import will include the last maintenance dates and last readings for each unit. And after that, we will do the individual setup for each unit. For the each unit number, we will do the maintenance. And Indra will show us in a sec how done in RigER.
Hello everyone. Let me show you how to set up maintenance in RigER. So we can set up maintenance for every equipment what you have in RigER. To do so, let's go to Oilfield Rentals on RigER yellow menu line and select items. So let's go to our item card of equipment for which we want to set up maintenance. And let's open maintenance tab. So here we have three parameters what should be set up for the maintenance. There's maintenance type, cycles, and the intervals between the maintenance. So RigER allows to have different maintenance type for one equipment. So for example, you can have the maintenance for oil change, filter change, and so on, and then a different type of maintenance for certification renewal. So let's click Add and let's select the preventive maintenance for the first type of maintenance, and then for each maintenance type we can have a list of cycles. So for example, for this equipment we will have a monthly preventive maintenance, then one more monthly, and the quarterly. So you can set up a different cycles for each type of maintenance based on your procedures, maintenance procedures in the company. And then the next what should be set up is the intervals between the cycles. So we have different type of drivers who runs the maintenance. So for example, for this preventive maintenance, we will use an operating hours. So every 780 hours of operation, the light tower should be we should provide the maintenance for light tower. And the next will be the deploy days. So every 30 days of deployment, the light tower should be checked too. So wherever maintenance driver will reach first the value, then the maintenance will be required and you should run the maintenance. Another step, what should be done is in the maintenance cycle, for each of the cycle, we need to set up a maintenance template. So we can open the maintenance template card, and here I have already pre-select the parts what should be used for the maintenance. For example, for preventive maintenance, should be used the standard PM kit. You can list the full list of parts what should be used to run this maintenance. Then you can list the services, and in parameters tab, you can have a checklist for the maintenance for field technician, what should be checked and so on. So here for this preventive maintenance, the field technicians should check the oil, clean solar panel, and check the unit number of equipment. And then for each of the parameter, you can select a data type. So for example, here we have a Boolean, that means this is questions yes or no, and field technician should answer. But there is different data type like text, when field technician can add a comment, a number, if field technician should enter some value, and the fuel level, if equipment has a fuel, field technician may we need to check the fuel level, and the separator is just to separate the sections in checklist. So you can have a full checklist of what should be checked during the maintenance procedure. So let's save and close. And for each cycle, you may have a different checklist. For example, here we can open a standard, the quarterly, every quarter. The maintenance should be run for light tower, and quarterly we will use not the standard monthly kit, but we will use the standard quarterly PM kit to run this maintenance. So when all parameters are set up, you can save them, and the maintenance procedure for this light tower equipment in RigER is set up. So as I mentioned, there are 3 parameters what you should set up. So maintenance type, cycles, and intervals. So for this equipment, we will need to add one more maintenance procedure. So here we are selecting certification, and then let's select the cycle. Okay, so we will select annual certification. So in annual certification, if you open the maintenance template card, you can select what should be done. So here we don't have parts or services, we have only parameters selected in this maintenance card template, and the parameter what field technician, the checklist, what field technician supposed to check and do on this maintenance is to update the certification for this light tower. So save and close. And then we have to select the driver, the intervals for this maintenance type, the certification maintenance, and it will be days. We will run this maintenance every year, so 365 days. So every 365 days, the certification should be renewed for this light tower. Let's click save and save all the parameters for this maintenance type. So now we have for light tower equipment 2 types of maintenance, preventive maintenance and the certification maintenance.
Thank you, Indra. And this is how the setup are done in RigER. And let's talk about how the maintenance dispatching process run in the system. So we will talk about the last maintenance, net maintenance, and maintenance status for each of the units. And to do that, we need to build a kind of a table showing us the unit number, the maintenance type, which we have for this unit. In this example, we had standard PM and certification. So 2 maintenance types, and each of the type will have the individual schedule. We can have several maintenance drivers and drivers as a reading. In this particular case, we had number of hours and the deployed days. So then when we will do the import data, we will import the last reading. So this will be our starting point for running maintenance in RigER. Or after posting the documents, last PM date will be updated as soon as we will post new maintenance card. The next step will be define the maintenance cycle, which we already set up in the card. And based on that maintenance cycle, the system will show you and calculate the next PM date and next reading, where we will decide if we need to do the maintenance today or tomorrow or next week or next year, or etc. And based on that, it will show the maintenance status. Different drivers can provide different statuses. And remember, we set up different statuses settings, what kind of percentage, what kind of color will show as a status. Say, for example, 95% will show red color. And if we have one color, one maintenance driver as green, another driver as red, the combined status will be red one. So, and maintenance manager, service manager, operation manager will see that, okay, this is the red one. I can go deep and understand which driver is, and this particular unit require maintenance, and we will run it. So let's see how it's done in system, and Indra will show us in a second.
Let me show you how to generate maintenance card in RigER. Operation Manager can check which equipment requires maintenance by using Activity Log Dashboard, which can be found under Oilfield Rentals on RigER yellow menu line and under Tools section Activity Log Dashboard. So here in Activity Log Dashboard, Operation Managers can see that the green color coding, which means that unit number, the equipment does not require the maintenance yet. The yellow one means that the maintenance is coming soon, and the red one that the maintenance is required for that particular equipment. And we have one more color coding, the black one, which means that no maintenance is required for this equipment at all. So let's generate a maintenance card for the equipment which require maintenance. So let's highlight the equipment, the unit number on the Activity Log Dashboard. And on the bottom screen, we can see the drivers of maintenance. So it's a maintenance type, preventive maintenance, and there are 2 drivers, the deploy days and operating hours. So the maintenance is required by the deployed days. To run the maintenance and generate the maintenance card, we just check the Run checkbox. And in pop-up windows, we can see all the unit numbers, all the equipment deployed on this particular client and this location. So that means that if there are more equipment which require maintenance, we can select all of them and generate maintenance cards and just once send the field technician to run the maintenance for all of them. So we select for which unit numbers we want to run the maintenance, and then we select the field technician which will be running the maintenance, and then just click generate maintenance ticket. So we have a message that the maintenance ticket and maintenance cards have been generated and sent directly to the field technician to proceed with the maintenance. So it's easy, just with a couple clicks, you can check which equipment requires the maintenance, generate the maintenance tickets and maintenance card, and send the work for field technicians in RigER.
Good, thank you, Indra. And this is exactly how the manager generate the documents. And let's talk about those documents more precisely. We have two maintenance documents in the system: maintenance tickets and maintenance cards. And what's the difference? So how that happened? Why we have two separate documents? First of all, in many cases, the companies like to optimize the maintenance expenses, and they'd like to combine maintenance in the same location to the one ticket, which is why we have maintenance tickets with multiple maintenance cards in it. So, and the individual maintenance card will have the unit number, maintenance type, maintenance cycles, parts, services, checklist, reading, crew time, etc. And every single maintenance card will run based on the maintenance type and different maintenance cycles. So it could be a situation when we send a field technician to the location, and three different units will have three different type of maintenance. One will be quarterly, semi-annually, and monthly. This is a normal scenario which will happen every day with our clients. However, maintenance ticket will have a field technician and truck, because the truck will be connected to the maintenance ticket, not to the maintenance card. And definitely it's up to the client to decide where they'd like to track their field technician time, in the maintenance card or in the maintenance ticket, because both works simultaneously and works together. And yeah, I'd like to ask Indra to show us how we can run everything in RigER, and just to demonstrate us the tickets and the cards.
Let me show you how to work on maintenance cards in RigER. So when the maintenance cards are generated by operational manager, it's automatically sent to the field technicians, and field technician, when opens maintenance dashboard, can see all maintenance tickets and maintenance cards assigned specifically to him. So we can open maintenance ticket and see all listed maintenance cards. So if there is multiple unit numbers deployed on client's location which requires maintenance, each unit number gets generated separate maintenance card. And when there is when there are multiple unit numbers deployed, a multiple maintenance card will be generated for each of unit number. So the field technician can see that for this maintenance ticket, he needs to go for this particular client on that location, and there's at the moment only one unit number which requires a maintenance. So when we double click on the maintenance card, it's open. So we can see that this maintenance card is for the second cycle of the preventive maintenance, and it's standard monthly preventive maintenance. So field technician can see that, okay, for this maintenance, he needs to use standard PM kit. Then when he's working on the maintenance, if some additional services should be provided, he can add them here and select which particular services he provided. Then on the parameter tab, there's a checklist, what should be checked during the maintenance. So the field technician checks all these three listed parameters and selects if it passes the check or if it fails. So let's select that everything was okay there. Then he can move to the next tab. It's crew tab, where field technician can record his work hours. So he can enter the start date and time and end date and time, and log the time, work time. One more step what field technicians should do when working on the maintenance card is to check the number of hours of the meter and enter it in the reading section in maintenance card and under current reading value, so that the maintenance driver would be reset and the clock starts again until the next maintenance time comes for this particular unit number. So let's say that the current reading was 1,580 operating hours on the meter, And when everything is added in maintenance card, we can post it, and that's to set the status to sign for approval. Then this maintenance card will be sent back for operation manager to approve this maintenance card and to set it as done. When the maintenance is done, there are a couple locations in RigER where you can see all the records of the maintenance for particular unit number or equipment. So one of the location is a unit number card. So if you open unit number card in RigER, under the maintenance tab, you can see all listed the maintenance cards and the details from the maintenance. So which maintenance type was proceeded for this equipment, the cycle, and which templates was for the specific maintenance, and the field technician who proceeded, and so on. And another location where you can find the details of maintenance is a report. It's a rental unit technical report. So here you can filter the specific equipment or specific unit number and generate the report and see all the details, technical report, and see all the technical details, what was done or worked on this particular equipment. So here we can see that there was a preventive maintenance ticket for this unit number, and when it's finished, you can see the details from that preventive maintenance ticket. So here is the steps how to work on the maintenance ticket in RigER.
Thank you so much, Indra. And that happens that today Indra has a work anniversary. She's turning the second year with our team, and we'd like to thank and congratulate Indra and for your outstanding job and huge impact to quality of our service. Thank you so much, and welcome to the year 3. Yeah, so talking about particular maintenance cars and maintenance ticket, all those available in the mobile oil field application, so the field technicians can run maintenance in the mobile, yellow mobile, which we call the field mobile. So those documents available, and field technicians can use them. And we will talk about these particular scenarios in our next webinar, but I will tell this a little bit later. So let's focus on the next step, so the maintenance dashboard and how we see the history and where we can find the history. First of all, I like to stress the activity log dashboard showing us the maintenance status. We can run the fast filters. We can set up a different and select a different rental units or particular unit numbers and figure out what needs to be done and how we will run those maintenance. Moreover, we can export this to Excel spreadsheet. Another thing which we see here, the update maintenance statuses, because maintenance statuses is very complex calculations which run by cycle, by interval, by maintenance type, and by unit. And every single time when we post the maintenance card, it should be updated. So to save time, we do this and we run the maintenance calculations, the status calculations every night. But sometimes the manager is required to update this more frequently, and in this case, they click the button update statuses, and those green and red status signs change the colors. Maintenance dashboard showing us the maintenance ticket, maintenance card, all the maintenance details. This is another big tool for the managers to manage and see and filter all the maintenance records in the system. Okay, let's talk about benefits of using of maintenance module in RigER. First of all, we extend equipment life and improve equipment health, providing regular maintenance and required maintenance. Second, we reduce downtime and prevent costly incidents, because it could be a very costly for the company to have broken equipment. Another thing, we met the safety, regulatory, and technical compliance. We follow the procedures and showing the records that we have those records in our system. We effectively manage preventive maintenance, which you just saw that. We can optimize fleet maintenance expenses through changes the intervals, adjusting the different types of maintenance, etc. So it's more controllable right now, and those expenses can be significantly savings for the company. We can collect data for predictive analytics, and this will be our next step when we will understand from what intervals we need to do the maintenance, analyzing repairs, breakages, or any other issues which happen in day-to-day operations. Definitely, some of the clients required particular standards, particular procedures for maintain equipment which we use. So we can meet those requirements. Moreover, we can provide these details about every single unit maintenance. So all the maintenance record available for the clients. Definitely, this will increase quality of our service. And truck maintenance records show us and we can use it for different purposes, understanding what is the benefits to use one model instead of another, use one procedure versus another procedure, etc. And definitely this is retain assets values.
You can see our contact details right now on your screen. So just give us a call and book your free personalized demo where we can show you the platform, all the capabilities, and answer all your questions.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have some questions regarding maintenance or any other modules, feel free to book your demo, and we will sit down with you and show you your particular case and how it works in RigER. And I'd like to invite you to the next webinar. Next week, we will talk about mobile oilfield operations, including maintenance. And I will show how maintenance cards works in the mobile phone, and how this connected from the cloud and mobile, and how those documents synchronized with online and offline modes. So please join us next week, October 8th at 1 p.m. Central Time. And week after, we will do a big overview of our oilfield ERP system, and we'll talk about oilfield services, equipment rentals, manufacturing, different areas of the organization, sales, operations, finance, and management, different actions called call, tickets, invoices, and reports, different areas, field, yard, shop, office, and dashboards, showing all those stuff, and definitely different interconnection, integration, mobile, oilfield, and business intelligence. So please join us October 15 at 1 p.m. Central Time, and we will show you all what we did in last 8 years.
Great, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining us today for this webinar, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.